Well, hello there, Sagittarius. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are doing a special reading. We are asking Spirit what you need to know right now as we are entering this full moon in Scorpio, and it's also a lunar eclipse. So a lunar eclipse means that the moon is shadowed by the earth. And so the things are coming up out of the dark. We are allowing our fears, or our greatest fears or secrets are coming up to the top to be dealt with. So this is really an emotional week. You probably are already starting to feel it. The full moon is on Friday, May 5th. And it will continue, the energies will continue for, 3 or 4 days after that. But being kind and gentle and compassionate with yourself as we're moving through this energy, and just realizing that this is a great time to kind of, embrace the emotions that are coming up, knowing that they are wanting to be released so that a newer version of yourself can come into fruition. It's a little bit like shedding a skin, like a snake sheds a skin, right? It's allowing some of the things that need to just be left behind so that you can move forward much more quickly. And so this is a beautiful energy. Okay. I'm being distracted because I think it's kind of interesting. You have some powerful energies coming out here. You have the High Priestess and the Four of Cups. There's something that at this time is draining you of your energy, okay? And I feel like this full moon in Scorpio is really kind of bringing that up to the forefront, that you're tired of feeling discontent, almost like you could even feel like you kind of disconnected, okay, to from your career or relationships, or even almost like yourself. It's almost as though you realize, I'm not happy with what is going on. It's not bringing me the joy that I want. And then underneath that, we have loving man, just an energy of, I want to step back into an energy of feeling either loved or loving your life, just having some joy. And right now you could just feel like everything is just draining. I feel very drained, as if my focus is drained too. So you could be kind of like feeling that, like you can't focus on your work, or you can't focus on your goals. You can't focus on a relationship because it's like there's no gas in the tank, right? And it's that energy of, I'm just going to sit here and hope something better comes along. So let's see what we have here. Your overall energy, you have the valiant courage. Take action with passion. Yeah, that's the energy here. You have no passion. You have no gas in your tank. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. It's kind of interesting. I feel like for some of you, you are almost thinking of really and truly, they're showing me that knight on a horse. It's almost as if you are really wanting to move, like make big moves, right? And that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of inspiration, motivation, passion to make big moves, whether that's in your career, in a relationship, to literally pack your car and move somewhere else, right? To a new city, a new country. It's almost as if, and I love this energy because he's carrying that flag there, right? I feel like you may feel like you are a lone horseman at this time going forward with some type of creative project that you would like to start, or a business, or a new relationship. It's kind of like, but you feel at this time that, the loving man, and, this could be either, male or female. It doesn't matter. The energy I'm getting here is you almost feel like you want to give flowers to somebody and there's nobody to give flowers to, this energy of being tired of being alone. And even if you're in a relationship, you could feel almost that energy of just feeling disconnected from the person that you're with. So let's go to the tarot. Let's see what we have here. So let's take a look at first what you have learned over the last 6 months since that new moon in Scorpio back in October of 2022. Intuition and manifestation and Empress. Okay, so this is an energy. This is what you have learned, that you can build the life that you want to using your intuition and manifestation. It's interesting because you have the High Priestess underneath here, right? That is really intuition. But it's like you've been using your intuition, perhaps using your feminine energy, which is really interesting. We have a loving man here, which is very much, you know, that kind of emperor energy. And then we have the Empress here. It's almost as if you intuitively have been trying to manifest either a loving relationship or building a life, okay, based on what it is that you are wanting from your heart to what you are wanting in your life. But let's take a look. It's like you haven't been able to manifest it, right? It's kind of like, I feel like you've been working on it, you know, trying to bring this in. And yet at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, I've learned that I have the ability to create what it is that I want. I have the ability to be the Empress, to use my Empress intuition, my Empress nurturing. You could be taking much better care of yourself than you were 6 months ago. You could be having, you know, feeling like you're more loving towards yourself or towards, you know, people in your life. And yet at the same time, you can't manifest perhaps the romance that you are looking for. So you have the strength and the Chariot. You have the strength and the courage to go forward with this, to see it to the end, to understand I have what it takes to go all the way to the end, to bring in what it is that I want in my life, to build the life that I really want. I have the perseverance, right? Now, the Chariot is also about focus, okay? Being able to, you know, there's two horses there, the black horse and the white horse, right? But in order to move forward, to have progress, the Chariot driver has to be able to rein in both horses and get them to go in the same direction. I feel like that is one of the things, is that you're recognizing, okay, I have the tenacity, that's an interesting word, tenacity. I have the courage, the perseverance to stay focused, to see things to the end. That is the victory card, right? But there's something here that you know you still have to drop. Now, the 10 of Wands means that you're about to drop it. And I think you're about to drop it with this full moon. In Scorpio, it's almost as if something is coming up to the forefront that's allowing you to see what is preventing you from actually being able to bring in what it is that you're wanting. Yeah, really interesting. So let's go to that. Where are you now? What is coming up for you? Okay, you have the Devil and back and forth. I think you're having a hard time trying to decide, trying to stay focused, trying to have both of these horses going in the same direction. So you could be trying to have more balance in your life. The Empress loves to be balanced, right? Balanced in all areas. So, you know, you have the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. All four of those combined together creates the Empress. And you may be having a hard time keeping that balance, right? And feeling like you have to kind of stick to one of those areas. Like maybe you're really concentrating on your pentacles, right? And so you're putting a lot of time into your career or into your health. Or some of you may be very concentrating on your swords energy, your Queen of Swords energy. So you're concentrating on the analytics, the facts. You know, you could be concentrating on, you know, just checking over, you know, or overthinking everything. And so I feel like there's this energy. What's coming up for you now is what is holding you back is that you're kind of stuck in one area of your life. You're attached to having it come in a certain way. And because of that, you're not able to have everything that you are wanting. Really interesting energy. Yes. you're being asked to go in a new direction. To see that you have to move in a new direction, you have to get clarity about your work. Clarity about where you're putting your time and effort. Clarity about what it is that you want to work on. Part of what is holding you back is that you could be concentrating on things that you think, concentrating on things that you think will bring you the success or abundance, but you're leaving your heart behind, right? It's kind of like, I feel like the loving man is really representing your own passions, your own heart, wanting to give flowers, okay, give love to other people, whether that is through your work, okay, or in your relationships. And so it's kind of like, but you're looking at your work, you're concentrating. Look at the swords and the pentacles, right? It's kind of like, we have, you're sitting there going, no, I don't have time for love, or you're saying, I'll get to love, I'll get to this part when I get this part straightened out. But your heart it's almost like your heart is saying, Sag, it's sitting there going, yeah, but what about us? It's really kind of interesting. It's almost, this picture of this gentleman really looks like a little boy to me, almost like bringing home flowers for their mom or something like that. And I feel as if it's almost like your inner child is kind of saying, but what about me? Like, I'm not having any fun here. I'm wanting to share my heart with other people, whether that is through your work, okay, instead of just analyzing your work and kind of being really logical about it. Are you passionate about your work, right? Because you have the Four of Cups. This is no passion. This is going to work and doing what you have to do, but not really loving or enjoying any part of it. Or thinking about how the people on the other end are receiving it. It's really kind of interesting because I feel like you're really close to having what you want, Sag. The thing that's hurting this from manifesting your success, your abundance, your love, your joy, is that your heart isn't in it. It's about reigniting your heart. And that is really about, what does your heart want to give? What does your heart desire? What is the purpose? What gets you thrilled about your work? If you're concentrating just on, how much you're getting done or the productivity that you have, the efficiency, right? But there's no creativity, right? There's no passion in your work. Then it's almost as if you've hit a wall. You've hit a wall. And if you've hit a wall, if you feel disconnected, okay, from either your career or a relationship, it's about get back to why you started it. Get back to your why. So let's see what your greatest obstacle is. Yeah, you have the Three of Swords and deception. You're actually, there could be other people in your life that are deceiving you, but I feel like you've had your heart broken in the past. And so it's almost as if you may feel, Sag, that you don't deserve to have love, or you don't deserve to have your heart in the picture. It's kind of like as a way to protect your heart. It's like, my heart was broken, whether that is in a career, a business, a dream that you had, or a relationship. It's understanding your heart wants to get back in the game. Your heart wants to come out and play. That's what it is, right? It's kind of, Emperor, It's just understanding. You're allowing yourself to sabotage your way forward into finding and acquiring, manifesting exactly what it is. Because it's almost as if, here's the Emperor, right? It's almost as if you are afraid of having your heart broken. So it's I'm working really hard, Sag. I know you are working really hard, or you're really putting yourself out there trying to find love, right? Or or manifest what it is that you're wanting. But the problem is that your heart's not in it. And your heart's actually not in it. It's something I think your heart wants, but your heart's not in it because you're protecting your heart. You're not allowing your heart to open up, to expand in this, Aquarius energy, to expand into this. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm just going to be very logical and work as hard as I possibly can. And I'll still get there. You're kind of like, I'll still get there, but my heart's not going to be broken in the process, right? It's time to let your heart into this. It's the one thing that is missing. It's almost as if, the Empress called all of the 4 queens in, except for the Queen of Cups. It said, Queen of Cups, you're not invited to the party, right? And it just doesn't work. You're unbalanced. You can't bring it in because you just don't have that loving energy in this project or relationship or your business or your work, whatever this situation is. So let's take a look at what your next step is. Yeah, friends and colleagues, and then 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is, that energy of celebrating, of seeing the love in the relationships or the work that you are doing, getting back into your joy, asking yourself, why is this relationship or this situation or my work? Why is it that I wanted to start on this path in the first place? It's about seeing the joy in something that you already have will help you to manifest in what you are finally wanting to manifest. Wow, really interesting energy. Okay, let's pull a soul truth card for some final advice. Yes. Okay, they want me to do one more thing. Where is this going to lead you? Because putting your heart into it, okay? Where will this lead you in the next 6 months? Thinking about it that way, okay? Yeah, you're working. You're ending this energy of this, right? I'm going to be brokenhearted. You're ending that energy and stepping into this energy of working well with others, planning with others, right? Understanding that, oh yes, it's time to start collaborating, right? Working well with other people. And it brings in this Wheel of Fortune, the blessings that you have been trying to manifest. You're balancing out. Look at all this balance, the Justice and the 6 of Pentacles, windfalls from the universe. Just a total sense of balance, not feeling like you're overgiving in a situation or in your work, right? It's like, I'm not overgiving. We're all working together to bring in this blessing. And if it's a relationship or friendship, right? It's the same thing. It's kind of like we're working together. I feel like right now, you don't feel like other people are on board with you. You may feel very detached from other people. But the reason is because whether you realize it or not, you're kind of putting up a wall in order to protect your own heart. And we do that when we have been hurt. So Sag, it's just about looking at the love in the situation, whether it's your work or whatever. It's kind of like, just look at the love, look at the joy, sit there and try to be as grateful as you possibly can. And that will even build your joy about the situation even more and bring in what it is that you're really seeking. Okay, now let's do your soul truth card. And Sag, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? Yeah. How do you feel your day? Stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin feeling every day with that we value most, we will attract more of it. And this is fulfillment. Yes, I'll put that up there for you. Yes, I feel like that's the thing, is that you're kind of going back and forth. You know, you have the back and forth card. I'm going to trust and be open with other people, and then you're like, nope, shutting that down. I don't want to get hurt. You know, you could be, I'm going to put my love and my light into my work and share my gifts, you know, very joyfully, and then it's kind of like I'm overstressed. You know, I can't do that anymore. It's, you know, I'm just getting back into my Queen of Swords energy and just, you know, being a taskmaster. I think that that's what you're doing here. You're understanding you have to put perhaps a little bit more effort into staying in that loving energy as much as you possibly can. And you will then see that the Chariot will move forward very quickly for you, and you will manifest exactly what it is that you're wanting. All right, Sag, I'm going to leave it there. I really do appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.